If you're trying to decide which yoga teacher training to take, or you just kind of feel like there's more to you and more to your life than what you're currently experiencing, and you'd like the opportunity to do a deep dive within yourself to know your full purpose and potential, then keep watching. First, I'd like to share with you my own story of transformation in the last few years. My life was moving along just fine at caterpillar pace, and then in 2020, I moved into chrysalis mode. My whole identity was like one big ball of goop. Honestly, first I became a mother at the age of 41, so I had to figure that out, figure out my identity as a mother. Then my sister passed away, and I had to figure out what life was like without her. She was really my best friend. I questioned everything about myself, about life, and like all of you, I was figuring out what life was like post-COVID. So fast forward to 2023, and I thought, okay, I think I'm ready to emerge. I think I'm ready to start another teacher training cohort. I had given 7 previously, one a year for the past 7 years, the last one being in 2019. So it was a 4-year gap between my last teacher training and the one that started just this past January. I can tell you that I was scared. I felt very vulnerable. I felt insecure. I wondered if I would be strong enough to hold space. Had I emerged far enough out of this chrysalis goop mode to really be able to give the students the best possible experience? Well, I'm happy to say that not only was I strong enough to hold space, but I actually think I was better at holding space. I could do so in a deeper way because of the experiences that I had gone through. Man, I earned my wings. I feel like a freaking butterfly now. And that container is such an intense and potent container of transformation that it's not just the students, but myself. I transformed with the help of my students because I learned so much from them, and I always want to work to be better for them. So if you think that my experience is unique, I would actually like to read to you a few of the testimonials from my 2024 cohort. See if you can spot a theme here, and just know that each one that I read, there are no repeats. These are all from different students in the training. First, I grew more in those 6 months than I did in my lifetime. The 200-hour YTT was truly a transformative experience. I feel like I grew exponentially through this journey. I feel this YTT made me a better person. It was like walking through a door of possibilities. I want to thank you for creating this life-changing training. It truly changed my life for the better. One of the best decisions I've ever made. So if this sounds compelling, but you're still not sure if this training is for you, maybe you don't see yourself represented in yoga spaces. Maybe you're in a larger body, maybe you're a person of color, maybe you're differently abled, and you think, is this training really for me? Let me share with you a few of the experiences of my students from this past cohort. Their stories will help to inspire you. One of my students, who I've had for many years, is blind. She sometimes comes in with her guide dog. Well, I can tell you, I just evaluated her in the summer, and she passed with flying colors. Her alignment cues, her understanding of anatomy, her demonstrations were top notch. Not only that, but she is so much fun, and we just enjoyed having her in the training and learned so much from her. Another one of my students who I've had for years is Black. She said that for every time that she came into the circle in the first weekends of the teacher training, she would just start to cry. And she understood that it was because in the past, she was used to being the only Black student in these white yoga spaces, and she always felt just a little bit uncomfortable. And then when she came in and saw not just one, not 2, but 3 other Black students, plus me, who she felt comfortable with, it was just these tears of relief, of feeling like she was home, she was where she belonged. And this allowed her to go much deeper into her teacher training experience. I have another student who had just immigrated from Vietnam. But the language barrier did not stop her from making amazing friends. There was no barrier between the love that she had for her peers and the love that they had for her. It was really beautiful to witness. She's amazing too. Another one of my students that I've had for years came into the training. She's a baby boomer who had recently retired. And in the first weekend, she had trouble getting through one sun salutation without getting out of breath. Well, she just did her evaluation, and I can tell you, her demonstrations are so strong. She is so strong, so graceful. And I can just see the confidence that she has in herself and that she's built over the course of this training. And I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of all of my amazing students. And I would love for you to experience this. If this speaks to you, go to happytreeyoga.com. And if you want, check out the sales page. There's so much information there. Tons of testimonials, a breakdown of all the amazing subjects that you're going to learn, all the guest teachers, some of the OGs who've been with me for 20 years, and some international guest teachers who will be mentors for you online. You're going to have a kirtan, an urban retreat. I mean, this training is just so much fun, and we really will carry you through over 6 months with the same group. There's such a feeling of support, of encouragement, of love, of inspiration. And I would love for you to experience that in the next cohort in 2025. So if you have any other questions, don't be shy to reach out to me on social media is probably the best way. And I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope that you'll join me on this transformational journey.